Good morning and welcome to the woohoo, and welcome to the opening ceremony of Homecoming 2017. Woohoo! This year, Homecoming caused me to think about the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time, Home Alone. Now, you may ask, why in the world would you think of Home Alone when it comes to reference of BYU and celebrating its homecoming? Well, let me give you a couple of reasons. Number one, both the movie Home Alone and BYU Homecoming share a common theme, home. Now, there has to be much more to it than that. Otherwise, I could have mentioned other movies like Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, or even Snoopy Come Home. But these and other movies didn't seem to quite fit with Home Alone and BYU, which brings me to point number two. Whenever I see Home Alone, the Home Alone movie poster with the iconic image of Macaulay Culkin with his hands to his face and that expression like none other, I think of you, our BYU students. Sure. There have been times when I've seen that exact same expression on your faces in the rock section, for example, at a sporting event or two. I've seen that face when you've mustered up enough courage to flirt with that special cute some person that you've had on your eye for the past 2 weeks, only to see their ring finger. Yep, married. I've seen that face when you remembered that your paper is due. I've seen that face when your Visa card was not accepted, or when you found out that they ran out of Cougar Tails. But more often than not, I remember posing in this pose and seeing this on your faces when your score pops up from your exams on your BYU app or at the testing center. Now, number three, even though the movie was billed as Home Alone, a family comedy without the family, the most meaningful and touching scene of the entire movie came when the family was reunited at home on Christmas morning. It was a genuine homecoming. You see, homecomings are about gathering together, coming together, and sharing experiences together. So many people call BYU their home. And how did it become their home? Perhaps Philip Phillips described it best as he sang, "Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know that you're not alone, because I'm going to make this place your home." You see, at BYU, we create a home, and it cannot be done alone. We make this place our home together. We hold on one to another, discover together, grow together, gather together, learn together, and we even cheer together. Which brings me finally to number four. Before the intruders arrive in the movie, Kevin stands by his front door and he says, "This is my house. I have to defend it." So as Cougars, this should sound familiar. Rise, all loyal Cougars, and hurl your challenge to the foe. You will fight, day or night, rain or snow. Loyal, strong, and true, wear the white and blue. While we sing, get set to spring. Come on, Cougars, it's up to you. So, welcome home. BYU's Student Alumni President, Cecily Brown, will now offer the invocation. We will then hear, once again, from our BYU Marching Band as they perform Thriller, as written by Michael Jackson. Cecily?
Our dear, gracious Heavenly Father, we are so very grateful to be gathered here together at such an incredible university to celebrate the founders and people who have put in so much effort to make BYU what it is today. Please bless that we will feel the Spirit today, and please bless all of the performers, and we're grateful for them for sharing their talents. Please bless this week that we may have such a wonderful time remembering BYU. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please welcome President Kevin J. Worthen.
Welcome to Homecoming 2017. I'm happy you're all here and especially grateful to the Cougar Marching Band with Director Fred McInnes, along with our friend Cosmo and the Cheer Squad for starting off our annual Homecoming opening ceremony today. Our homecoming theme is loyal, strong, and true. You've heard this phrase time and time again as you rise and shout to sing the Cougar Fight Song. It's often tied to our athletic teams, but I think it goes even beyond our fields and courts. It's a part of who we are as members of the BYU family. We're loyal to family, to God, and to our potential. We're strong physically, mentally, and morally, and we're true to our faith, to each other, and to ourselves. This week, we're honoring legendary BYU football coach LaVell Edwards as our homecoming founder. Many of you students may have never attended a game where Coach Edwards coached, but we hope you feel of his influence all around BYU, from his name that stands on our football stadium to the tradition of excellence that goes well beyond the field and into the lives of so many of us who had the blessing of knowing him. We're especially grateful to have many of Coach Edwards' family in the audience today. It's our honor to have you with us. Please stand for a moment so that we can recognize you. Now, this is a week of celebration when alumni and friends come back to Provo and their alma mater. Please welcome them to campus when you see them. Extend your smile and welcoming spirit. Maybe even find out what traditions they remember from their time at BYU. And there's no better time than now to start building your own traditions. So get involved and make Homecoming 2017 the best in the history of BYU. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Noteworthy is BYU's top female a cappella ensemble. After producing highly acclaimed recordings, touring throughout the United States, appearing on the televised singing competition The Sing-Off, and winning the International Championship of College a cappella, it's no surprise that this 9-voice, all-female ensemble has quickly become one of the most popular collegiate a cappella groups in the nation. Please welcome BYU Noteworthy.
When you're feeling low and you just don't know where to run to, broke. If your heart's been broke and you feel like you're all alone, if you need someone I'm never gonna walk away. I'm always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I promise I will never let you down. Laugh, I will make you laugh if you ever feel like crying. Close, I will hold you close. You won't be alone anymore. If you need someone to believe in, if you're reaching for a hand to guide you home, take my hand and I won't let you go. I hope you know I'm never gonna let you down. I'm always gonna build you up. When you're feeling lost, I will always find you love. I'm never gonna walk away. I'm always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I promise I will never let you down. You need something to believe in. If you feel you've reached the end of the road, don't be afraid, I'll always guide you home. I'm never gonna let you down. I'm always gonna build you up. When you're feeling lost, I will always find you love. I'm never gonna walk away. I'm always gonna have your back. And if nothing else, you can always count on that. When you need me, I promise I will never let you down. I promise I will never let you down.
Now, let's welcome a true blue BYU fan, BYU Alumni Association President Amy Finnegan.
Hi, everyone, and welcome from the BYU Alumni Association. Homecoming is a wonderful tradition at BYU, and I'm so excited to be a part of it with you. This year's theme, Loyal, Strong, and True, is really a perfect message for all of us. As you have heard, we're honoring legendary BYU football coach Lavelle Edwards this year. Those of us who were here when he was remember that stoic face on the sidelines, but we also remember that he stood for exactly this, what we're celebrating this week. As part of the BYU family, we are loyal, we are strong, and we are true. Lavelle's legacy also inspired the more than 280 students, 283 to be exact, who submitted an essay for the George H. Brimhall Essay Contest, an annual part of BYU Homecoming. Their essays describe Lavelle Edwards, this year's honored founder, in the context of our homecoming theme, and give some personal reflections. And a few of these essays will earn their writers some cash prizes. This year, we have 6 winners of the essay contest. Our 3 honorable mentions and recipients of $500 are Bethany Hart, a senior majoring in sociology from Vienna, Virginia; Paul Hatch, a junior majoring in English from Linden, Utah; and Trisha Jones Weeks, a senior majoring in art history from Orem, Utah. Third place and $1,000 goes to Caitlin Larkin, a junior majoring in sociology from New York, New York. Our second place winner, who will be given $2,000, is Brett Bennett, a senior majoring in food science from Springville, Utah. Now we're pleased to introduce Elder John H. Groberg, one of George H. Brimhall's great-grandsons and a Brimhall benefactor, who will announce the Brimhall Essay Contest winner, who will receive a $3,000 award. Elder Groberg.
Thank you, Amy. It is an honor to be here and recognize the great work of so many of you. I am pleased to announce that the winning entry in the 2017 Brimhall Essay Contest entitled Blue Bones belongs to Sarah Clifford, a graduate student at the law school from Gilbert, Arizona. I invite her to come forward and share her essay with us.
Lavelle Edwards was raised blue, and the color seeped into his bones. As a lanky boy, he scrambled up orchard trees adjoining the practice field to glimpse the BYU football team. His dream was to be a coach. I was raised blue too. As a spirited girl, I devoured stories of BYU. In fact, I ate them almost every morning along with a balanced breakfast consisting of Dad's chocolate chip pancakes and a glass of whole milk. Did I ever tell you how I proposed to Mom in the Wilk with a plastic ring on the Christmas tree? Or how Grandpa named the Cougar Club? Did you know your great-grandma was so beautiful she was crowned the belle of the Y? Now finish your milk. It'll make your bones strong. Between the bites of pancake and gulps of milk, I would imagine my story. Sometimes I imagined I was studying English and living in the dorms. Other times I imagined I was studying geology and sharing a room with my best friend off campus. All those dreams had one thing in common. They took place at BYU. That is, until I found the note. I checked again this morning. You didn't get into BYU. I'm sorry. 3 dark days after I found her note, my mom made yet another effort to stop the growing "I don't have direction anymore" crisis. You might still be able to go to BYU, she said. It would take some planning and work, but you could be a transfer student. When Lavelle started as the new head coach, he wasn't sure if he had a future at BYU either. Turning the lackluster Cougars into national champions was a feat no other coach in BYU history had been able to accomplish. And although he had 18 years of coaching experience, Lavelle just had four winning seasons to his name. Many, including Lavelle himself, assumed he would be fired as soon as BYU could find someone more qualified. But surprising everyone, Lavelle's Cougars started winning. Lavelle described the key to their success as this: we did things differently. Instead of running the ball down the field, Lavelle instructed his quarterback to pass it. He proved surf-loving California athletes could be persuaded to play in frigid Utah by inviting them to play in the Sundance snow. He encouraged return missionaries to play for the team despite time away. In short, Lavelle threw out the football Bible and wrote his own rule book. Buoyed by the hope of becoming a transfer student, I threw out my well-worn copy of Getting into BYU, a definitive guide, and I started to write my own rule book. On weekdays, I rushed home from high school to bookmark GPA requirements and transfer student statistics. On Saturdays, I drafted Excel spreadsheets itemizing transferable classes from local community colleges. I created a game plan to reach the required 24 college credits. That summer, I put the plan into play. And while my friends spent their summer sitting at the pool, I spent mine sitting at the kitchen table, sipping my glass of milk, and reading about how members of the Peorora tribe build social identity by eating the legs of bird-eater tarantulas. Because Sociology 101 from Rio Salado fulfilled BYU Social Science GE credit. Sociology taught me you are what you eat. My breakfast tasted like grit and homework, but I washed it down with my desire to become a Cougar. I completed 17 credits that summer. Like Lavelle, I did things differently. And as I did, I learned that being strong means picking the grit out of my teeth, swallowing that homework, and then waking up the next morning to do it again. I learned loyalty goes beyond legacy. And I learned being true to the blue infused into my bones means having the tenacity to write my own rule book. 12 years after Lavelle became BYU's head coach, after a decade of rewriting rule books, Lavelle and his Cougars went undefeated and became national champions. That same year, Lavelle observed, "Adversity is going to be with us in everything. The ability we have to handle this adversity will determine the degree of success we will have in our life." Now, when I recount my BYU story, which is to be served alongside a balanced breakfast of peach smoothie and whole wheat toast, I ask, have you ever been so happy it reverberated through your bones? I have. It was caused by one word: accepted. Thank you.
I think the biggest thing that he taught me was how to treat people. I mean, he always treated people with love and was always had the time to talk to people. It didn't matter after a loss or a win. That's probably the biggest part that changed my life on how to treat people and where people are going to respect you and love you no matter what happens.
One risk can spark a moment. One chance begins a dream. One step can start a journey. One truth can set you free. The road less traveled calls to you.
He was, one of those guys that you always felt confident that he believed in you and gave you that confidence to go do good things. He's that calming influence while I was here, kind of the father figure away from home, and just established a culture here that made you feel comfortable, made you feel at home, and made you feel confident about yourself.
One thought can spark discovery. One choice can start today. One candle conquers darkness. One lighthouse lights the way. The towering mountain calls to one life can make a difference. It's all inside of you. Our hearts can be together now. It's up to you. One seed can start a forest. One raindrop builds a stream. One voice can lead a nation. One vision can be seen. The future's waiting if we choose. One life can make a difference. It's all inside of you. Our hearts can be together, binding strong and true.
He's actually allowed me to realize my potential as a person and as a coach, and he's given me a lot of confidence going into life.
Lavelle trained me. I came to BYU to play football, and I left BYU learning so much more from a coach that cared more about me as a person than he did as a player.
Please welcome to the stage BYU's athletic director, Tom Holmoe.
Our beloved coach, Lavelle Edwards, has won so many awards through the years. But this one, for some reason, seems a little extra special, being right here on homecoming. He taught us so very much. One of the stories that is deep in my heart that I was asked to tell goes back to the early season of 1980, the year we won the Miracle Bowl. But early in the season, we had a student manager on our team who loved to get up in front of the team on the night before the game when we were having our team meetings and tear a phone book in half. This great friend of ours by the name of Mel Farr had some physical disabilities, and it was always fun to see Mel try to take a phone book and rip it in half. And he could always do it easy. We thought there was some trick to it, because how could Mel tear this in half? Well, we fast forward to the night before the SMU game in San Diego at the Holiday Bowl. And Mel wanted to get the team fired up for this big game the next night. And that night, it wasn't going so well. This was a San Diego phone book, not a Laramie phone book or a Fort Collins phone book. And I can remember it as if it was yesterday, how Mel tried, and we'd seen him do this in about a minute and a half. And it was about 5 minutes in, and he was sweating, and it wasn't going to happen. Some of the players started taking kind of pot shots at Mel because it wasn't going to happen. And Lavelle came up to him and said, "Mel, it's all right. You don't have to do it tonight. We know you could do it." And Mel pierced into Lavelle. "Sit down, Lavelle. I'm going to make this happen." We were dying, because what would happen if Mel didn't tear the phone book in half? Would we win the game? Would we lose the game? It was all up to Mel. And it went on for about 20 minutes. If you could only imagine, players are looking at each other. Finally, Jim McMahon came up to Mel and said, "Mel, it's all right. We're going to win. We know you can do it." "McMahon, sit down. I'm not through tearing up this book. It's going to happen." Between Lavelle and the team and everybody, we just had to start encouraging him. And Lavelle went over, put a hand on him, and said, "Let's go, Mel. Let's get this thing done." And Mel ripped it, and finally it went all the way. He threw the phone book in the air. All the players grabbed the phone book. We tore it into a million pieces. It was confetti. It was an incredible night. We were all looking at each other. What just happened? The next night, as it turned out, we would be down by 20 points with a little over 2 minutes to go in the game. And wouldn't you know it, Mel would be walking up and down the sideline. "I tore that phone book in half last night. You can do this. Don't quit. Don't give up." And Lavelle was looking at him like, "Sit down, Mel." But we all started thinking about this. Can we do this? Can we really make it? Yeah, we got a tough road ahead of us. It was a huge trial. And little by little, we started to make a little comeback. An onside kick recovery here, a block punt there, a 2-point conversion here. And before you know it, by golly, we had a chance to win that game. And as everyone should know, if you're a BYU Cougar, the result was we did win that game on a great Hail Mary pass from Jimmy McMahon to Clay Brown and a PAT. A PAT by our kicker, Kurt Gunther. And it was pandemonium. And we were in the locker room after the game, and it was probably hours later. But we all knew that was what it was like to be around Lavelle. You would never give up. He believed in his players. He believed in every one of us. He was loyal, strong, and true. As a Cougar, you're supposed to be loyal, strong, and true. But Lavelle was always loyal, always strong, and always true. About a couple years ago, a dear friend of mine who is in Lavelle's ward had a son, and they were driving past the stadium. And this son was good friends with Lavelle, and he was about, 10 years old. And he looked up at my friend as he drove by the stadium and said, "Dad, Lavelle's the luckiest guy in the world." And my friend said, "Coles, why is that? Why is Lavelle the luckiest guy in the world?" And Coles said, "Because he's named after the stadium." And that's a great story. But Lavelle Edwards, they did not name the stadium after Lavelle Edwards because of the wins. They named the stadium after Lavelle because of who he was. He was loyal, strong, and true, always. The thing that I'll remember the most is not the relationship we had when he was our coach and we were his player. It was how it grew from there. For his entire life, he continued to serve. And at this university, our motto is enter to learn, go forth to serve. And I can say, for one, Lavelle Edwards served every player, not just when he was here, but for the rest of his life. We love him, and we're so honored to be able to have Lavelle Edwards as a homecoming founder. We got some trials coming on right now with our football team. What would Lavelle say right now? He would say, as always, never give up. Always keep trying. Be true to yourself, and everything will be well. Go Cougs. Let's go.
What is up, Marriott Center? Woo!
It's homecoming week!
Yeah. This is where Eric Mika used to play basketball.
All right. We will no. Hey, we're off to a great start. It's great to be with you alongside Kristen Chenoweth's opening act, Jerem Jordan. Stop singing. I am Spencer Linton. Yeah, more
What?
of that
No
to come
reaction?
later.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you.
it was
Thursday
really bad.
night. Thursday night.
I'd like to point something out. It's a new month, new start, new opportunities for BYU football. It's October,
Yeah.
and BYU is undefeated in October.
That's great news. That's an amazing reaction. We finally figured out what happened in September. There are no phone books in existence.
Does anybody have like a phone book?
Does someone have one?
We need to rip it
That's
up
what-
right now.
That's what we've
and
needed.
figure this thing out.
Rip it up. And I think BYU is going to rip it up Friday. I think there's going to be a little more juice, a little more energy. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, raise your hand if you've consumed caffeine on the Lord's campus here. Yeah.
You don't have to hide it anymore. It's
Dis-
okay to raise your hand.
Dispensation of the fullness of times, baby.
Really though, who's going to play quarterback for BYU on Friday night?
Now that's the question. Is Tanner Mangum's ankle good? Is he going to start this week? Is the kid from Boise going to bust out Boise State karma like he did in 2015 again?
I don't know, Jerem. I just hope that whoever is the quarterback on Friday night gives us a reason to readjust the top 5 moments all time in the BYU-Boise State rivalry.
We have a huge video screen. We should probably use it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Number 5. This is from the BYU perspective, of course. Rewind to 2003. Who can forget this? A punt. We're showing a punt.
Okay, I want you to pay attention. Boise State's Chris Carr gets the ball. What's the one thing you want to avoid if you're a punt returner so you don't hear about it the rest of your life?
Matt Payne.
The punter!
He was born to do that. Matt Payne.
That guy will forever be known as, I'm the guy that got lit up by BYU's punter, Chris Carr.
And what's worse than that? It's doing it again.
Twice in the same game? Chris, don't run into Matt.
That Boise State education coming to fruition.
Just don't.
Right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Matt bringing the pain. The punter.
Yeah, let's give it up to Chris Carr of Boise State for allowing us to laugh for
Yeah.
the rest of our lives.
Number 4.
Hey, number 4.
This one's last year.
Rewind to last year. Number 4, wearing number 4, Fred Warner.
This guy's a baller, and he proved it. Look at this. Dancing down the sideline like a Cougarette.
He can't
finding
possibly
his way
score.
inside the 20. Into the end zone. Don't worry, that flag was on Boise State. Wow.
I would like to point out one thing. While Fred is returning this interception, everybody is blocking for him on the BYU team, except for number 11.
And
Wait
he
for
comes
it.
into the
Wait
frame.
for
There
it.
it is, top of the screen.
That's his brother, Troy. Why are you not blocking for your brother?
He doesn't need Troy's help.
Come on, man.
Touchdown.
Number 3.
This is 2012, a goal line stand. That's first down. Remember Ziggy? There he is.
This team had 7 NFL players on it, on the defense.
Daniel Sorensen got a win for the Chiefs on Monday Night Football last night.
You'll get nothing and like it.
And on 4th down, Super Bowl champion Kyle Van Noy, number 3 right there. The goal line stand against Boise State.
Yes.
Yes.
And for number 2, who can forget this? We just mentioned his name.
Bless
Tanner
his
Mangum.
ankle.
4th and 7. Just throw it up to the end zone, man.
5'10" Mitchell Juergens.
Yes.
Starman. Look at that celebration.
Mitchell, look at the sheer joy of the coaches on the sideline.
Tanner's chin strap is up to his nose. He didn't even see it.
Man, it's fun to beat Boise State, isn't it? And the #1 play all time, BYU Boise State. It happened in the same game, moments after the Starman celebration. Heineken, just go down.
Get down,
Just
end
go
the game.
down.
Just get down.
Just go down.
Get down.
Okay, go score.
Get down.
Go score.
Troy Warner didn't block for that one either, but he wasn't on the team
The
yet.
loudest I have heard Lavelle Edwards Stadium in Independence era.
That was a week after the Hail Mary. I thought the rapture was happening soon after this.
Yeah, the dispensation of times, right?
Yes, I thought we were getting caffeine the week after that.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now, you may have noticed we did not include a certain play in that top
Yes.
5. In fact,
Yes,
we want to bring out some social media, Jeremy.
We did not. And use the hashtag BYUSN. We like to use social media.
Yes.
So let's get to a tweet here. Use the hashtag BYUSN. Okay, at JLinehan9, why didn't you use 4th and 19?
Oh, Johnny.
We're not playing that.
This is a happy time.
We are not.
We will
playing
never
that
show
play.
that play.
We're not.
Ever.
What?
Ever
Why
again.
are we showing this? That is the worst play in BYU history. Why are we showing that one? In fact, I'm going to give a yellow card to Johnny Linehan. Caution, do not use that.
Hey, it's been great to be with you. And before we leave the stage, we would like to introduce to you a team that even Johnny Linehan is jealous of when it comes to national championships.
When I put on the blue goggles, I see the Cougarettes winning. I also see BYU winning this Friday versus Boise State.
We need
That's
you.
what I
We
see.
need phone books. We need optimism. Please yell at the top of your lungs if you would like BYU to beat Boise State.
This is what it's like to be Cosmo.
That looks amazing
That was
through blue
amazing.
goggles and
Yeah.
sounds amazing. Jaron, with that said, let's bring on the 16-time national champions, but not before we move this desk.
Yeah, we need to get this desk out of the way before they show up.
Just dance
So
around it. It's going to be okay.
So while they do that, BYU 1-4 in September, but guess what? They're back home. The home team has won the last 5 games in the Boise State BYU series. Where is the game? Where is the game this Friday? It's here, baby.
Yes.
It's in Lavelle Edwards Stadium. That is good news.
Yes.
That is good news.
Thank you, BYU. Have a fantastic homecoming. Go Cougars!
Greatness. That's greatness. Wow. Greatness. You ready? I see these haters looking at me like I own something. You looking bad, I probably thought you something. I see you flexing with that money and I know you front. I go guesses never told them nothing. Turn up the bass. DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, better DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, Turn it up.
Bass, party, we like to party. Bass, party, we like to party. Bass, party, we like to. West side in this. My squad get live in this. Yeah.
Y'all should know me well enough.
Wow.
LA cost 100 bills. I still got my money. Who cares how you haters feel? I still got my money. Oh,
jackets, I'm running around in a coupe. Bad and bullshit, bad.
Thank you for coming to the opening ceremony of BYU Homecoming 2017. You're invited now to follow the Cougar Marching Band from the southwest corner of the Marriott Center for some free lunch at Brigham Square by the Wilkinson Center. Have a great week.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I did.
Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up.
And when the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone,
get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. I get a good feeling, yeah. Whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling. I dive into frozen waves where the past comes back to life. Fight fear for the selfish pain, it was worth it every time. Hold still right before we crash, 'cause we both know how this ends. A clock ticks till it breaks your glass, and I drown in you again. 'Cause you are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Chasing relentlessly, still fight, and I don't know why. Don't know why. Sometimes, don't know why. Sometimes I get a good